everybody. Welcome to night number 13 of History Bedtime Stories in our pajamas, live from bed. Tonight we are talking about the 1909 Glidden Tour. Now these tours started in 1905 and they were hosted by the AAA company, American Automobile Association, as a way of promoting cross-country automobile travel, as a way of getting states and municipalities to start building better roads. But the 1909 tour is special because it's the biggest one ever held, and it starts in Detroit. It actually starts out on Belle Isle, and in the comments of this video, I'm going to put the photo. It's a big panoramic of the over 300 cars that participate. The race officially starts July 12th, 1909 on Belle Isle here in Detroit. From Detroit, it goes to Chicago, then north to Minneapolis, then to Omaha, then to Denver, finally ending in Kansas City after 2,636 miles. But 4 months before the race, a Pathfinder vehicle sets out. This car's job is to chart the route that all the other cars will have to race. It is a bit of a big deal to be picked as the Pathfinder vehicle, to kind of get that nod from AAA that your car was reliable enough to be the one to set out and chart the path for all the other cars. And boy, was there competition. In Detroit alone, we have over 100 car companies at this point. In 1909, we have 180 car companies globally, all competing to be the car who really takes off and becomes world famous. And the Glidden tours, the AAA tours, are a big marketing scheme. So it's quite the coup when a brand new car company, EMF Automobile Company, gets permission to be the Pathfinder. Now, the EMF company was founded by 3 men. It's actually how the company gets its name. The E was for Barney Everett, who had been a custom car builder here in Detroit, modifying a lot of cars into what today we call depot hacks. William Meltzer gives the M, and he was the founder of the Cadillac Automobile Company, at this point sold to General Motors and Billy Durant, and Walter Flanders. Flanders had been Ford's production manager at the Paquette Avenue plant before leaving to found EMF with his 2 business partners. So these 3 guys get together and they're like, we got to be the Pathfinder. We got to find a way to talk AAA into giving us the prestige of being the Pathfinder. So William Meltzer sort of back alleys, backdoor deals, and gets the job. The EMF 30 will be the Pathfinder for the 1909 Glidden Tour. And Glidden's a little nervous about this. Glidden Tours takes its name from Charles J. Glidden, who put up the $2,000 prize for AAA. And AAA and Glidden are sort of like, do we really think the EMF 30 can do this? They actually write to Meltzer and say, like, you got a bigger car, right? You got something better, right? You're going to be able to handle this, right? And in the end, they basically tell him, look, bro, we're going to give you this job, but if your car can't hack it, if you run into mechanical difficulties, if your driver isn't skilled enough, if you can't chart this path, we'll replace you. We'll do it mid-route and you won't get any esteem. In fact, we will lambaste you in the press. You will be ruined. So this is a big deal. They set off in April, 4 months ahead of the rest of the race. And this guy named Di Lewis arrives at the factory here in Detroit on Paquette Avenue, and he's expecting EMF to roll out this custom car designed specifically to be the Pathfinder. And instead they're like, hey, Mr. Lewis, good to see you, buddy. Head out onto the shack floor, pick any car you want. They literally just tell him, go pick one of the ones that rolled off the line. And he's a little flabbergasted by this. So he and his driver, they pick a car. They spend a day and a half just driving over anything they can find, mud, dirt, and quarter-sawn log roads, brick roads, whatever they've got, just to see if this car's even going to make it out of the city. When they eventually leave, it does make it out of the city. They get a pretty good distance before they realize they've got a big problem. The 700 pounds of materials they're bringing with them, their food, their equipment for charting and for map making, all of their camping gear, it weighs so much the car can't take that weight. So they have to send a telegram back to EMF, who sends out 2 repairmen and an extra set of leaf springs. Those are installed in the car and off it goes. It needs its carburetor cleaned before it makes it to Chicago, but other than that, it is this grueling trek and the car makes it no problem. And when I say roads at this point in history, we're not talking roads. We're talking dirt, mud, quicksand, prairies, open fields, farmers' fields. They are having to winch themselves through the mud. They are sinking. There are all of these issues, but this little EMF 30 hot off the line is just like trucking through. One of the very favorite postcards I happen to own in my collection is from this time period. It shows the EMF 30 being greeted. The back of the card reads, "Never before has the EMF 30 had a chance to show her prowess, as on this day the photograph is taken. It was outside Wisconsin, and the roads were a combination of quicksand and mud. Some enthusiasts from a local car club drove 30 miles to meet and escort us, the official Pathfinder, to our destination in Wisconsin. The 60 horsepower escort car got mired in the mud and yuck while the EMF 30 went on through." The photo actually shows the two groups, and this was pretty common. Car clubs would actually drive out to meet the Pathfinder vehicle and sort of cheer and celebrate and wave, shake hands, take photos, and escort them into town. The EMF does such a brilliant job that it is called the model of reliability and endurance. When the official race sets out in July, it sets a few precedents we still use today. If you watch any kind of auto racing, you've seen the checkered flag. Or if you're getting towards the end of your homework, your parents might say, the checkered flag's in view. You're almost through. Well, the very first checkered flag ever used was during this race in 1909. At each stop, cars had to check in, and then they had a rest period. When you got to the check-in, you were checked in by a checker, and the checker would mark down your time, which then determined what time you could leave after the rest period had been completed. The checkers were giving checkered flags to mark their location, and waving the checkered flag was a way of symbolizing to the cars, like, get over here, we'll mark down your time, and you'll be set. The race itself didn't see an EMF complete. The EMF 30s were used as side vehicles. They carried photographers, they took race officials from point to point and destination to destination, but did not compete for the prize. The Pathfinder photographs turned into a series of postcards. There are about 12 different postcards. Some of them have a huge amount of value, but they were incredibly popular. This was adventure and expedition, and it was also early automobile racing at its best. In the link I'm going to put down in the comments, that photo from Belle Isle showing all of the cars take off. I also, in the description of this video, have included a link to a postcard collection showing you all of the images from the famous 1909 race in Pathfinder. Guys, I will see you tomorrow at 8. Please do me a favor and like and share this video. If you share this video and tag a friend down in the comment section below, we'll enter you into a contest next week to win a big set of City of Detroit stickers, which we will direct message you if you are the winner and mail them out to you. Thank you. Wash your hands, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow night.